Okay.
Okay.
Yes, today we want to talk about the roots of Reiki in Shingon Buddhism. And it's important for us, you know, it's not just such a typical historical topic. It is more about that you have a knowledge you can really use for your practice, so that you really have benefits from this knowledge. And it's not just history nice to know, but it is a living practice, Shingon Buddhism. And because Reiki has its roots in Shingon Buddhism, there is a lot you can adopt for your practice, and maybe it also opens a bigger horizon for the Reiki practice, because in Japan the people are very spiritual, in the sense of they feel a connection to nature and to spirits. And I have a feeling that sometimes in Western culture we don't have this feeling so much anymore. We lost it a bit. And so when we look back to these older traditions, then sometimes we find something. It's not that we have it lost, but we find it again, and we can say, okay, I can deepen my connection a bit. And Shingon Buddhism is tantric Buddhism, so it is a lot about everything is connected in the universe, and the universe is like just one big being, so we are all connected to each other. And of course it is a lot of compassion and also of love. And it is also about rituals and mantras and meditations, so that it is a bit easier to go a spiritual path. So all these mantras and rituals are not that people can feel important or special, because often we say these are secret teachings. So some people think, okay, you have to be someone very special to practice tantric Buddhism, but it's not the point. The point is that you can use these inner practices so that your spiritual path is a bit easier to go. You have many possibilities. And I think we feel this in Reiki every day, because we know, yes, of course, when we practice Reiki, we do it because we feel that it's a big enrichment for our life. So it changes a lot, and it's the same with Shingon Buddhism. And Shingon Buddhism was developed in China, and the monk Kukai brought it to Japan. And then we have today the Shingon school there, and later Mikao Usui was a monk in tantric Buddhism. We do not know for sure if it was Shingon school or another school, but all these schools had their knowledge originally from Shingon, because it was the oldest one. And so he brought in his method a lot of this wisdom. And we have here the mandala in the background. Yes, of course. And we can see here in the center of the mandala there is a Buddha, and this is the great Sun Buddha Dainichi Nyorai. And the great Sun Buddha, it is said he is in the center of the universe, but his light goes everywhere. So this is this idea of connection, because the great Sun Buddha is in all the other Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in this mandala, but we are also a Sun Buddha, and yes, all of us, because it's not just a deity or a spirit which is something external. The light goes everywhere, and the center of the universe is in every living being. So this is the basic idea of this. And the great thing is that when we practice Reiki, then we use an energy, and this is the energy of the great Sun Buddha Dainichi Nyorai. So it is not just something which comes somewhere from the universe, and we can use it. It comes from a spirit we can name, and at the same time we know that we are all a part of this. So I think this is something which changes maybe a bit how we think and we feel about Reiki, and it shows this connection, and this is I think very important to know also today for Reiki practitioners, this idea of connection. And now we can see that there are a lot of other deities or spirits. We Mark and I, we always prefer the word spirit, because it is a bit a bit easier. Deity is also okay, but we prefer the spirit. So we have a lot of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and spirits. And Mark, do you want to continue to explain the symbols and these ideas of Shingon Buddhism?
Oh, yes. Before I put this mandala back, I would like to show one more. Oh no, it's the other side. I would like to show one more thing here, and
I can hold it.
Can you see there this big one in the this one is, yes, can you reach it?
Yes,
this one is Senju Kannon, 1000-armed Bodhisattva, and this is the spirit where originally the mental healing symbol Sei He Ki comes from. So I will put this back and then go on talking. So now you know that there's also a spirit in this mandala, and the spirit in the mandala is called Senju Kannon. This is it's Licht. It's the light. It's
okay. I think it's okay. The light is not a problem.
Okay, it's as we can see here in the middle is now a lot of lights. This is the light of the great Sun Buddha. He comes from. So the enlightened one, yeah. Okay, so this Bodhisattva I've just shown you in the mandala is the Senju Kannon. It's a Bodhisattva with 1000 arms, and there are many connections to this Bodhisattva called Senju Kannon with 1000 arms to Reiki, because it's the origin of the of our mental healing symbol. And this is not something I like to be that it's like it. It's something I can show you on here why it is like this. So you see this mandala here, the shape and where everything is. I have it in here one more time, but a little different. The different thing is all of those spirits here have their own symbols, like a Reiki symbol. And it's possible to go in contact to all those spirits if you're initiated in all those symbols. And now I show you. So here we have, you see, the same mandala. In the center we have Dainichi Nyorai, but the symbol in old Siddham script, in Japanese they say it also Bonji, comes from India, and all those around. So you see here those lotus petals with those Buddhas. If I take this away, you see it there, it's looking exactly the same. So it's really, it's really the same. And here is this big one I have shown you in the big mandala, where we had seen the Senju Kannon with 1000 arms. And this, you probably see, is very similar to our mental healing symbol, because this is the origin. And this means we know really for sure that the origin of Reiki, for example, here the mental healing comes from Shingon Buddhism. Yeah. And now I put this away and tell you a little more about it. So, Senju Kannon, this bodhisattva, yeah, is has a special power. Each of those Buddhas have special skills and powers how they can help us. And Senju Kannon helps us to clear our soul, our heart, our mind from all obstacles. Yeah? In Reiki we say bad habits, for example, is a very common phrase, but it is even more. All obstacles that occur in our mind, in our soul, in our spirit, yeah, are cleaned by, purified by Senju Kannon. And therefore Senju Kannon has 1,000 arms to be able to really help everybody with this. Whatever is on your mind or on your path, Senju Kannon can help you. And the help is not solving all your problems. The help is not bringing you a lot of money. The help is bringing you love or bringing you this. The help is helping you to clean your mind and everything, that there will be no more hindrances to walk the path of your heart. Yeah? And if we have a look now on the pronunciation of the mental healing symbol, then this is Sei He Ki. And Sei He Ki is not the pronunciation of the symbol of the mental healing symbol or the symbol of Senju Kannon I just have shown you. Sei He Ki is a Japanese word, and this means to clear all habits that let you suffer. It's not only making gone bad habits or cleaning habits, it's really sei means to clear, to correct, to purify, and seki is not just a habit, it's a bad habit or it's a habit that is the origin for suffering. And this means this is the same. So we have here in the word Sei He Ki almost the same what Senju Kannon, the spirit, is doing. Yeah? The spirit helps you to get rid of all your obstacles in your minds, and this can be anything what you are thinking, and the thinking makes you to do something in the outer world, and for this you will make a lot of karma, yeah? And if you purify it, then the path is clean, your karma is clean, so it helps also cleansing the karma. And this is what we do in mental healing. So it's not just that we touch our body on our brain and then have a symbol there and it's good for the brain or for the mind. No, it's even more, because behind it is the spirit. It's not just the symbol what is working. Behind the symbol is working this spirit with 1,000 arms to help us. And there's also another visualization of Senju Kannon is carrying a lotus, and the lotus is this pure flower where no dirt can stay on it. It will all fall apart. This means this flower is very clean, but the flower is growing in mud, yeah, in the earth, in swamp, yeah. So it needs the dirty earth to grow and to be very nice. So it's not bad, it's not evil that we have obstacles and that we have done something wrong before. This is the grounding, this is the foundation to be really pure and clear, and this is the way. So we use our problems as a food to go, some people say enlightenment, but well, maybe it's easier for us to say we find our true selves with the help of Senju Kannon and walk the path of our heart. Yeah? And you like to add something?
No, I think this was a very good explanation.
Okay, then we
of
come.
Senju Kannon.
Then we come. Sorry. What's anderes?
You have the next symbol. That's
Then,
great.
okay, then I have the next symbol. This is the master symbol. Everybody knows, I guess. And before we could read and heard everywhere many years ago that all those symbols, especially the master symbol, is so secret that nobody must see it, especially in the internet. You must not show it anywhere because it's so secret. And when I was a student, I studied East Asian history of art and Japanology, and in the library was a place where all the Buddhist sutras are, the whole wall full of those sutra scripts. And my Reiki master asked me to just copy one page of one sutra. So I went in there, was looking, taking out one book, opened the book, and the book, this page was full of Chinese characters, and on this page were this symbol also written, the master symbol in a Buddhist sutra, and the translations are older than 1,000 years. So for more than 1,000 years, for 1,500 years, this symbol is published. It has never been secret to anyone in the world. The West made it secret, and this is one of the big differences. And it was not only one time on this page, it was several times. And then I thought, wow, this is like a jackpot. I have more than 100 volumes of sutras, and then I take one, and on the one page, and each has over 1,000 pages, is this symbol. And then I looked for more, and then I found it is published not 100, it's several thousand times published in this sutra. And now we could ask, what is the meaning if it's published so often? And I have read it in a translation, in Spanish, in English, in German, or whatever. The meaning of this master symbol is nothing else than the great, perfect enlightenment. This is the meaning of the master symbol. And this means great, it's big. Yeah? And this is a light, like a flashlight. And this is a light of sun and moon. This is the sun. It's smaller because it's more far away than the moon. And this is the moon. Yeah? Here you see a small curve, that means it's like a half moon. Yeah? And this shows us something else, because here we have one mandala, but maybe you asked yourself, and what is this? And there, in the top, in the middle, in the center, we have the great Sun Buddha again, almost the same. This one and this one. And one of the great Sun Buddha, this great Sun Buddha here, stands for the sun of the diamond world. This is a diamond world mandala. And this one here stands for the moon. It's a mother womb world mandala. And the only difference you can see if you look close, I show you, is that this one, I have it here in a bigger shape. This one holds the hands, like you can see it here. It's a wisdom fist mudra. This is a mudra. And if you know, for example, if you like anime and you have seen Naruto, yeah, maybe you know this, yeah, then in every magic they do where they clone themselves in a lot of shapes, in the beginning they make this mudra, because this is the mudra of Dainichi Nyorai. It gives you, of the great Sun Buddha, that gives you the power to emanate yourself in thousands of individual beings. This means the anime Naruto is quite Buddhist. It's a story of the great Sun Buddha. And this little boy Naruto likes to be seen by everybody. And the great Sun Buddha is seen by everybody because he's a great sun. What a connection. And this Sun Buddha here has this sutra we know from meditation. Yeah, the very normal meditation mudra. This is so we have this two, and one is One is the moon and one is the sun. This means we have the great light of sun and moon of those two mandalas. It's a great enlightenment of two types of great sun Buddhas, and one is male and one is female. And now, very funny connection. This mudra I have shown here, this is why you now know that Reiki belongs to Shingon and Tantric Buddhism, because one hand stands for this and the other one for this, and this is one hand and there comes this hand. And you could imagine what this means. If this is one Buddha and this is the other Buddha, and they are connected in a tantric way.
Yes,
yeah?
Like what we can see is that this Shingon Buddhism came from China, and there we have yin and yang, and these two fish which are together, one black and one white, and it's the same system. So we can say that there is a lot of relationship between Buddhism from India came to China. There we have Daoism and this wisdom, and it came to Japan in Shingon. And of course all these older roots still exist today in this Shingon wisdom, and they also have found their way into the Reiki method, because this is also a syncretism of these old teachings. And this is very common in the Asian culture, that all these shamanic traditions, philosophies, wisdom paths, that they are a syncretism, and there are always new forms, and Reiki is so directly in this tradition. So it's not just something some people say, yeah, okay, Reiki, it's a modern method because it's from the 20th century, but it is directly in these older lines, and we can see it in the symbols and in the ideas and the wisdom Reiki carries. So it has very deep roots in this history.
Okay, then next I show you the symbol for distant healing, the Honsha Shonen. You, before in your introduction, you mentioned this book, and somewhere here we have the, let me find the page, we have the distant healing symbol, and that is in, just a second. So here we have different types of how it is possible to write it, yeah? And in different styles they are used, and so it's a long symbol, and this is this symbol is similar. It's so long because it is similar to a Buddhist pagoda building in Japanese temples, yeah? And it is said that this building in the temples, the meaning is it is the center of the world, it is the center of the universe, and this is why it is standing for the great Sun Buddha again we had before. Yeah? And one thing I want to show you is one special part of it, because many people asked what is the meaning of the Honsha Shonen for distance healing, and this is quite easy. Honsha is a person in your true nature. So if you walk your path of your heart, and your Senju Kannon, the great the Bodhisattva with the 1,000 arms, help you to clean your mind, then it's your true self, and this is Honsha. And there is a verb, yeah, it means just it is. And now Honsha is Shonen, and here I only have a calligraphy of Shonen. And Shonen, the meaning is nothing less than mindfulness. This means mindful, and mindfulness, a word very famous in the Western world for meditation. Would you like to?
It's a modern trend, that idea of mindfulness, but it's a very old concept. So the people in modern world often related to that they are to relaxation, because we are so busy and the world is sometimes so noisy, so we have a big desire for relaxation and calming down. But the mindfulness is even more than this, living completely in the moment, so that we really are not distracted by the past or the future or anything what goes around in our mind. This is the idea that when you can do this, you are really enlightened in this moment. Then you you experience just the moment as it is, and you are not distracted anymore by illusions, because everything what does not exist right now in this moment doesn't exist after all. The past is far away, future didn't happen, so it is just the moment we have. And when so it's not so complicated, the idea of enlightenment, if you just can live the present moment. But we know that it's easy to get it, to understand, okay, this is enlightenment. But when you want to live it, it's very difficult, because you have a lot of things which go around in your mind and your feelings, and maybe noises from the world, and then you are distracted again. And so in the Reiki method, when we use our hands and give Reiki, and people can really calm down, and then we help them that they can more be present in the moment and more live in the moment. Also, when we take a Reiki break for ourselves, for example, after lunchtime, and we give a bit Reiki here on the stomach or on the head, and we just say, yes, these are some moments, maybe just 5 minutes or 15 minutes, but these are moments where we just breathe and feel the Reiki hands on our body. Then this is a very simple but important exercise that for our spiritual and personal development, because we cultivate this living in the present moment. And in Shingon Buddhism, the people start traditionally with a meditation where they simply count the breath. So every time when you take a breath, then you count 1, and then 2, and then you do it until 9 or 10 or 108. But this is very difficult, because most people got distracted sometimes. So this helps that you can calm down and be present in the moment. And also very important that you learn to observe yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, how you react to, for example, noises in the meditation and so on. And this is, I think, also something what is important for Reiki practitioners, because this is a very good basic exercise, this observing how do I feel, how do I think, how do I react. So for our spiritual and personal development, and that we can work with powerful energies, because in Shingon the people have very powerful rituals they do, and they need these grounding exercises very much, because otherwise this would be maybe too much for them, because you need this grounding. And then when you have this, then you can work a lot with energies and nothing happens, nothing bad happens, because you don't lose the contact between your feet and the earth. And I started with mindful meditation 10 years ago, long before I started with Reiki, and I could experience that in these 5 years, just from this practice, I changed a lot, and my whole life changed a lot. And later, when I started Reiki, it was much easier for me to integrate Reiki in my life, and later then also shamanic practices, because you have this grounding effect, you know yourself very good, and then it's easier to help other people with Reiki and energy work, and it's also easier that you go your path because you know yourself very well, so you don't get distracted by things from the outside. You just know your own path and you can go it.
Ja, magst du über Praxis erzählen? Diese eine Übung.
Okay, then we come now to an exercise which everyone can do, because Reiki has its roots in Shingon Buddhism, and when you are initiated in Reiki and you use the Reiki power, you have this connection to the great Sun Buddha, and through the symbol Sei He Ki, you also have the connection to Senju Kannon, the Bodhisattva with 1,000 arms, and you can invite them to your Reiki practice. So when you start to give Reiki to yourself or to other people, then you can make a very quick ritual, very simple, but many people say that it helps them a lot to focus on Reiki, and it helps a lot for many people that they feel more in the hands, and that they really feel the connection to themselves or to the clients. So if you want to invite these two Buddhist spirits, you can just take your hands and put them together in Gasho Mudra. This is also again a symbol, one hand for one mandala, other hand for the other mandala, so it's the union of sun and moon. And then you can simply, in your own words, invite Dainichi, Nyorai and Senju Kannon. Dainichi, Nyorai, great Sun Buddha. Senju Kannon, Bodhisattva with 1,000 arms. Please give your blessing and guidance for this Reiki session. And then you can take some time to feel. Sometimes my hands begin to vibrate when I say these words. And when you feel the blessing, then you can make a quick bow. And then you can just continue with your practice. And of course you can do this, and you can also continue to practice Reiki without it, but I always invite people to experiment with these things. So please feel free to do it, for example, for 2 weeks when you give Reiki, and just watch what happens. Don't expect anything, just be open and look. And if you say, yes, I can feel the blessing, I can feel this connection to the great Sun Buddha and the Bodhisattva with 1,000 arms, then you can of course continue this. And of course there are also possibilities to work with the other Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. But for this one, then you would need initiations. So these two spirits, you have the connection over Reiki, so through Reiki. And for other Buddhas in the mandalas, you would need further practice and guidance. And so, yes, you can work with these two Buddhist spirits and just look what happens. And I think it's amazing how it feels after a time.
Yeah, this practice you have just shown is original practice from Shingon Buddhism in Japan. So this really exists, and it's a practice that helps to invite those spirits to work and through you and guide you. So maybe when you have done this with us together a few minutes ago, you might have felt more power in your hands than usual. Yeah? So this means if you feel something more than usual, then you know, okay, the spirit is coming more through you than just Reiki. It is of course the Reiki power, but the spirit feels more invited. Yeah? And so here in the mandala we have a lot of spirits, and here as well. And in for example Shingon Reiki, we have of course the traditional initiations, but we also have more Buddhist initiations into more spirits. For example, in the first level we have the medicine Buddha, an initiation into this, and then it is possible not only to meditate with the medicine Buddha, what you can do anyway, because for just the meditation you don't need the initiation, but in this case it is possible with the initiation that you can send not only the power of the great Sun Buddha, which we call Reiki, through your hands, you can also send the power of the medicine Buddha through your hands. This means you have a great Sun Buddha Reiki plus the medicine Buddha Reiki, and then it's possible to have effects and do things where your usual abilities with Reiki would stop. And this is quite amazing. And as I explained before, each of those spirits have their own skills how they can help. So the more you are initiated, the more possibilities you suddenly have with Reiki. And Mikao Usui was teaching Reiki for 4 years. Let's imagine what would have happened if he would have taught us Reiki for 20 years or 30 years. I'm very sure that he would have given more initiations into more of those spirits, and that we could do more. But those initiations, also called attunements in the West, they originally come from Shingon. A part comes from Shingon Buddhism, so it's possible to do so. Yeah, and and this shows that we know in the West about Reiki only a little part of the whole thing. Yeah? And there's much more to explore.
I want to take the stone because you mentioned the medicine Buddha, and what is also special in the Tantric Buddhism is that the stones and gems are mentioned in the sutras, and they really have a meaning for these philosophies. So in the Shingon world and world of Tantric Buddhism, the medicine Buddha is a blue Buddha, and his stone is this lapis lazuli, and there are golden points in it from another crystal. So yes, here we can see it, it's blue and gold. And so for us here we have much of this golden one. And there we can say that we have here a symbol that we have this golden energy, the Reiki energy from the great Sun Buddha, but we also have this blue energy from the medicine Buddha, and they are one here in the stone. And if you are initiated in the medicine Buddha, you can use with Reiki and the medicine Buddha both. So you can do Reiki and meditations with both of these Buddhas. And of course they are connected because every living being is a ray of light from the great Sun Buddha. And the idea, because some people say, oh, there are so many Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and that's great, but there are also many symbols and mantras. For what do we need this? And the idea is that these tantric practices are for daily life and every life situation. So for nearly everything what can happen in life, there is a Buddha or a Bodhisattva, a symbol and a mantra, so that people have much spirits who can help and energies who can help on the spiritual way. And most of the time we live in daily life, so we have a lot of things to do or sorrows in daily life, and for everything we have a spirit and a practice. And I think that this is a wonderful idea, because you know, you are never alone with anything. There's always something you can do. And because Reiki has its roots in Shingon Buddhism, you can easily combine the Reiki power from the great Sun Buddha with the Bodhisattvas and Buddhas from this mandala, because it is not a real syncretism. It already exists like the mandala, so you can easily do this. And Reiki is still Reiki. It's not something, not an element from another spiritual system you put in. It is the original Japanese system where everything is connected, and there are a lot of syncretisms. So this is very easy to combine. Okay,
yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Incredible. It was great. Very interesting, insightful, and spiritual talk. Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Increíble, ha sido genial, una charla muy interesante, profunda y espiritual. Bueno, thank you so much, Mark and Eileen, for your presentation and for all your wonderful work with Reiki, for your presentation, for your participation in this Congress. This is a wonderful thing for speakers of the Spanish speakers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bueno, maravillosa charla que nos han compartido Mark y Eileen. Pues les he dado las gracias por todo su gran trabajo con Reiki, por el maravilloso regalo que nos ha compartido con esta charla del Congreso. Y bueno, pues recuerda que en la descripción de la exposición encontrarás los links, los enlaces de Mark y Eileen para que puedas profundizar en su enseñanza relacionada con Reiki y el budismo Shingon. Y bueno, antes de despedirme, pues bueno, quiero animarte a que sigas disfrutando del Congreso de Reiki, el 9º Congreso Online de Reiki, más allá del Reiki que conoces. Recuerda que todo este contenido lo tendrás disponible de forma gratuita durante estos 3 días del Congreso, y si quieres volver a repasarlo de manera más calmada y a tu ritmo, pues que sepas que tienes acceso a la entrada VIP y puedes disfrutar de este contenido de por vida siempre que lo necesites. Además, que sepas que también tenemos la promoción de todos los congresos en las que puedes acceder a los anteriores congresos. Muchas gracias por tu apoyo, por tu confianza. Si nos ayudas con la entrada VIP, pues nos ayudarás a subvencionar el congreso y que cada vez podamos llegar a más personas con un contenido de mejor calidad. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos hasta aquí. Espero que disfrutes muchísimo con lo que queda de congreso y nos vemos en otra ocasión. Gaso. Y hasta la próxima. Chao, chao.
Chao.
Chao.